Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series, and it looks like we've got green-white tokens versus blue-red control. Tokens has so far gone through a Throbbing Inspector and Tireless Tracker, which got Kozilek's returned, and now Tokens has a double Thalia's Lieutenant, and one of them's a 3/3. Throbbing Inspector. Response from blue-red is Spatial Contortion on the 3/3. So kill it off before it gets more tokens on it. And now the other one will become a 2/2. He'll get a clue token off of the Inspector. Still has 3 cards and 3 mana to play. So potentially he could play, another Tireless Tracker, another Thalia's Lieutenant, Sylvan Advocate. Or sacrifice the clue token and draw a card. Another land. And another Thalia's Lieutenant. Well, that's 3. And more importantly, this guy's a 4/4 now, so the only board wipes that'll work on it now are things like Engulf the Shore, because Kozilek's Return isn't big enough. Radiant Flames isn't big enough because blue-red isn't running a third color. Well, a third color wouldn't kill off the Lieutenant, but it would help him against Throbbing Inspector. So, no plays from blue-red, passed back to green and white, who goes straight into combat. Currently, he has 7 power on the board. Response from blue-red. I was expecting him to do something. Alright, Spatial Contortion on the 1/1. And he'll still take 6 damage. To be honest, I can see why he did. If he had gone for Throbbing Inspector, there's a possibility that tokens could have played something like a Dramoka's Command to put an extra 1/1 counter on it, so then it would be a 3/4, and he would inadvertently turn it into a 6/1 and take 10 damage. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Drowner of Hope. 1 mana cost short of being able to bring back the Kozilek's Return for 5 damage and clear the board. But Drowner of Hope will buy him some time. By itself, 5/5 is a good blocker. The Scion tokens will buy him some time by tapping down creatures. And to be fair, green-white is pretty low on cards, but then again, so is blue-red. And going into combat, sacking a Scion token to tap down the 4/4. So no attacks from green-white. Back to blue-red. Anticipate. Damage to each creature. I just had to check because I wanted to see what would I was thinking that it might be just the other side's creatures with the 5 damage, because that would be really good for him, but even if he had to, well, technically speaking, he doesn't ever have to, but if he does, he could be in a worse position than losing these guys, especially if he goes through the Scion tokens first. He could string this out for another 2 turns and possibly get a bigger Eldrazi, so then he could have tapped down the Thalia's Lieutenant once and attacked in with the Drowner of Hope, and then played his big Eldrazi, bring back Kozilek's Return, and then blow everything up. And then his big Eldrazi comes into play. Alright, there's the tap down again. No reason to risk it. Anticipate. He had to pain for the blue. He's getting a little low on health here, but at the same time, you don't really have to worry too much about green-white being able to, you know, some damage on you or burn your face because it's green-white. They don't have burn. The only real way that they could get damage in over your defenses is if they were to have gotten trample somehow. Hedron Archive from blue-red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I was gonna say, the 2 extra mana, not really that helpful, so he sacrificed it to draw 2 cards. And basically, at the moment, they're both just holding off, hoping to draw something good before the other guy. Ooh, always watching. That's painful. Spell Shrivel. He does have the mana to pay for it, though. Tapped 5 mana. Okay, so he paid for the Spell Shrivels, so always watching will resolve. But it still doesn't make his creatures big enough to get through Drowner of Hope. Though he could attack all in here and definitely get through for 3, but it would mean losing his Thalia's Lieutenant. But considering he's at 20 and your opponent's at 5, I think I would risk it here. But he decides not to. So he's in a little bit of a spot here, blue-red. But all it's going to take is, okay, Hedron Archive. I was going to say, maybe another Drowner of Hope. Or possibly firing it off to draw 2 more cards. I was going to say something like a Fevered Visions would be, well, actually in this situation that wouldn't be the greatest idea considering your opponent's on 20 life, so letting him draw cards for free basically wouldn't be that great. Okay, second Drowner of Hope. So at least he shored up his defenses, so what I was talking about earlier about attacking all in isn't going to work out. And more importantly, if blue-red doesn't even want to risk it, like he just did, he decided to sacrifice the Scion to tap it down. No reason to risk the possibility of, say, a Dramoka's Command so that he could fight the Drowner of Hope here, kill it, be a 6/6, and then, you know, it would definitely be blocked at that time, especially if it was blocked by the other Drowner of Hope, because then he would get 2 for 1. Blue-red does have a spawning bed, so if he has nothing else to do, he could sacrifice this and get 3 more Scion tokens. And I think he's banking on that, attacking all in with the 2 Drowner of Hopes, and green-white doesn't do anything. He takes the 10 damage. Sigarda Heron's Grace. 4/5 flying, you and humans you control have hexproof. It's a 4/5 flyer, and it can make human soldier tokens. More importantly, it has flying, which blue-red has nothing to be able to stop that. So, Clash of Wills for 5. No angels for you. And I have to say, if things keep going this way, blue-red might just grind a win out of this yet. Okay, popping the last token so that he can tap down the 5/5. Oh, he's going. Oh, that's right. He has vigilance. I was going to say he's attacking in against that. So 3 damage. Take him down to 2. Blue-red can attack in on the next turn with the 2 5/5s. And, well, actually, all he has to do is sacrifice the spawning bed and he wins, because he can tap this down and get in for 10 for free. And he's sacrificing the spawning bed. I think he figured it out just like I did. Yeah, this wasn't the greatest run for the green-white deck. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't look like... I mean, he did get quite a few creatures, but at the same time, you know, it's turn 11, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. You know, not even one every turn. It's not exactly the greatest ratio for a green-white tokens deck. So unfortunately, you know, he just ran out of gas. And blue-red had the ability to just keep grinding away at things. You know, Hedron Archives were, you know, honestly, they were probably critical to him winning the game. Just that ability to pay 2 mana and draw 2 cards twice. You know, that's 4 extra cards that I'm sure green-white would have loved to have gotten himself. But unfortunately for him, he had a, you know, a pretty rough run, and blue-red took the game. But it took a really long time, so I'm going to have to end the video there. That was green-white tokens versus blue-red control. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.